All right, so a very sad day has come to the Headshot 87 channel. It's the day that I have to send the Smith & Wesson 1911 TA back to Smith & Wesson. But before we do that, I wanted to make a video, top 5 reasons people still love the 1911. This is the first 1911 we've ever done on the channel. Hopefully there will be many more to come, because after reviewing this gun, shooting it, spending some time with it, talking to you guys, talking to friends, and just having this gun in my possession, I realize now why people have been asking me to do a 1911 review. And today I'm going to compile all of those things, those top 5 reasons that people love the 1911. These aren't all the reasons. These are just the things that I've picked up on, conversations and my personal things that I love about this platform. Now, of course, it's not the true 1911. It's not even the 1911 A1 version. They're all kind of variants at this point, at least the modern guns are. But you still get the idea. It's a gun that's been around for 108 years as of this video, 109 years, over 100 years, and over 100 manufacturers still make this gun in all types, from carry and competition and all that kind of stuff. And it's just very cool that something this old is still around and loved today. Now, Patreons, man, we love you guys. Thank you for all of your support. Now, a couple of things that you'll hear about the 1911, a couple of criticisms is it's heavy, it's low on capacity, I don't like the safety, blah, 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 blah. So today we're going to talk about these top 5 reasons why I love the 1911, and I think a lot of people do love it. Number 5 is the cost. So it's funny, I can't think of any other pistol platform that has such a wide range from $400 to thousands of dollars is what you can spend on this gun. So there is literally a price range or a budget for everyone. All right. Everything from Rock Island and Taurus and, Remington to, Les Bear and Den Wesson and all kinds of companies and everyone in between. You have STI and competition guns. You have Colt and Smith & Wesson and Springfield, and everybody is making their own variant of the 1911. And that's a very cool thing, man, because a lot of people can own the platform. Although there's all kinds of changes and stuff, it's still a wide range of people that can actually buy this, because it's not just $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 gun. They can be as little as $400, or $500, which is really awesome. So that's my number 5. Number 4 is going to be the customization. You can literally buy a base gun with really nothing on it, a GI model, if you will, all the way up to a hand-fitted, fully customized option. So the customizations on these guns, it's just incredible. Now, let's say, you don't have a lot of money today, but you want to do things in the future. Let's say you buy a $400 or $500 Rock Island Armory. Those are pretty well respected, by the way, in that price range. And then you want to add front slide serrations. You want to add night sights. You want to change your grips out. You want to do some checkering on the back strap. Maybe you don't like the flat mainspring housing. Maybe you like one with a little bit of a like the A1 style, where they add a little bit of a bump back there. Checkering on the grip. Triggers and skeletonized hammers and all this kind of stuff. There are so many things that you can do. Beaver tails. There's so many things that you can do with this gun. It quite literally is like a steel Glock in a way, because there's so many accessories and so many people are making things for this gun. Now, this one kind of falls in the middle. Like I said, this is the Smith & Wesson. I encourage you to go over, watch our review on it. But this one kind of falls in the middle. You got front and rear slide serrations. This one has a rail, okay? So it's a little bit more modernized. Skeletonized trigger and hammer. Nice set of wood grips on it. Night sight straight from the factory. This thing has a lot of things in the one package straight from the factory. Like I said, ambi safety and all this kind of stuff. So a lot of things you can do with it. Even if you can only buy a base gun, you still have a world of accessories that you can do afterwards, which is really cool. All right, number 3, I really debated on putting this as number 1, but I put it at number 3, and not because it's any less significant, but the history of the 1911, the 1911 A1. Even if you buy a modern 1911 variant, there's still something really cool about thinking about the people that did carry a 1911 through World War One and World War Two, and our military, even cops, even some branches of the government, special ops, I believe, and others still carry the 1911. So to think about all these wars that we fought in, and all of the history behind it, just knowing that you have a little piece of that, just a little piece. Now if you have a genuine World War II gun or an original 1911, I mean, it's hard to compete with that. I mean, just thinking about all the things that a gun like that has been through and what it's seen. And, I know it's inanimate and I know it doesn't really see anything, but just to think about that is really cool. And knowing that you have a piece of history, kind of in a way, in your hands, to me, it's, you really can't put a price on that, So to me, something that's over 100 years old, that so many people have carried, defended their lives with, on both sides of wars, it's just a really neat thing that not a lot of gun manufacturers can say. Some guns are around 20 years, and you'll find them randomly here and there, but companies are still taking the time, effort, money, and everything to make these guns and keep them still alive. And for that, it's because of the history and because people still love them. Number two is there is a gun literally for everyone, and not just price point. We're talking about competition, concealed carry, we're talking about range, and even home defense. Like with this one, you have a rail so you can put a light or a laser on there for home defense. You have STI and double stack magazines, and if you're doing competitions and things like that, you are no longer limited to just 8 rounds. There's double stacks, 9s and 40s and 10 millimeters, and of course 45, which to me is the kind of baby of the 45s, or the 1911s. But there's so many different options, and you have everything as small as like the SIG 938s and the 238s that are kind of on the 1911 platform, Colt Mustangs, and just all kinds of options, STI competition guns, and everything in between. You can literally find a 1911 to fit your style. And what's cool is they're not all steel anymore. You can get, you can get aluminum frames, things that are lighter for people that just love this platform, that they want to carry it and have it on them all the time. There's people like that, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So there is literally a gun not only to fit your budget, but a gun to fit your needs in the 1911 platform. And number one to me is just the way this gun feels in your hand. You pull it, you pick it up first of all, and it's got weight to it. And it's so much different from the guns that are made today, at least handguns. They're polymer, and, there's nothing really wrong with that, but it just doesn't feel the same. You kind of get into the polymer handgun game, and, they kind of all feel the same. You don't even really pay attention to what they're made to. With a gun like this, it's kind of cool that it's all steel and it's got a lot of weight. Specifically in the 45 platform, you pull it up, you shoot it, and it just soaks up the recoil, man. It's just something cool about this. This grip angle, which is copied by many gun manufacturers, is so natural. Anybody, and it's kind of funny, I was talking to one of my friends about this, is, he's saying, you pick up a Glock or something like that with kind of a weirder grip angle, and you got to adjust, and you got to practice with it, make sure you get good with it, and then you pick up a 1911, you pick it up, point it to the target, and it almost makes you look like a better shooter in a way. It just has a very natural grip angle, very natural point of aim, which is just really nice. All steel frame. And this is one of the big, complaints, especially with people that want to carry. It's 40 ounces unloaded, and I understand that. I don't carry a 1911, but there is something really special about the way this gun feels and fits in your hand. You have checkering here, you have a grip safety and beaver tails and all this kind of stuff, and just something about an all-steel gun. In these days, back then it wasn't anything, that's what they made guns out of, but steel and wood, it just looks really good. And, like I said, this is just one variant. There are so many types, even ones that are more modern than this, but there's just something special about an all-steel gun and the way it feels and fits in your hand. To me, these are the top 5 reasons I think people still love the 1911. Of course, if I miss anything, if there's something that just is nagging at you that you had to tell me why you love the 1911 platform, please leave me a comment down below. If you guys want to have more say into the channel about what's going on here, we're doing more and more over on Patreon. We would love for you guys to join us for as little as $1 a month. You can really make a difference in the channel. So hopefully we will see you guys over there. We will see you in the next video, of course. And as always, hold 'em down.